I invite you to remember what it was like to be a little child with no limits, who fumbled and stumbled along with no worries about getting it right, or particularly no worries about following the rules. Give yourself permission to live each day, allowing your curiosity to lead you, and then simply follow your heart. That is the way to an extraordinary life, one that you have the power to create. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Create, Play, Live Show. I'm Nanette Saylor, your host, and I am absolutely delighted to be here with you today. And I want to acknowledge you and thank you and share my greatest appreciation for your time and attention, your feedback, your willingness to participate and to share in this experience we know now as the Create, Play, Live Show. Yes, so here I am today having a conversation with you alone, just me, no guest. And I thought it would be fun to stop for a moment. This is the time of year that I tend to pause and reflect. And now that this, I believe, if I'm counting correctly, this is episode 20, I am feeling like it's time to consider, what do these words that I use so frequently, what do they actually mean? And if in the spirit of following our curiosity, allowing ourselves to wander and wonder, if in that spirit I am exploring, expanding, considering what else is possible, it might be relevant for us to stop and pause and reflect on what does it really mean to be curious, for example. I've created a whole podcast around women following their curiosity to create extraordinary lives. And I don't believe I have yet to stop and pause and reflect on what the word curiosity really means. I'm not sure that at any point I've actually ever looked it up before, because it seems to me that throughout my entire life, curiosity has been a core value. And actually, when I think about all of the core value exercises that I've ever done, curiosity didn't necessarily come up in the standard list of love, honesty, authenticity, kindness, compassion, joy, happiness. Yeah, I'm not sure in that list, and maybe I'll go back and dig out a couple of those exercises from my notes somewhere. I'm not sure in that list if curiosity actually came up on my list of core values, but I can certainly share that absolutely nurturing and expanding and exploring the power of curiosity is core to who I have always been. You see, when I speak about, let's see if we can stop adulting and behave like children again, one of the core things that I'm referencing in my mind is this idea that children are naturally curious. And so the idea of curiosity, the definition of curiosity, becomes paramount in this conversation, doesn't it? So I thought I would, like with all things, Google it and see what I get. So I invite you to, on your next break or opportunity, to simply Google the word curiosity and see what comes up. What you will discover, amongst other things, is that curiosity as a definition means to desire more knowledge, to desire more knowledge, to expand our understanding. And then, of course, underneath that, there is the adjective definition. When something is curious, right, that means that it's very odd, according to the dictionary. So when we see things that are curious, that are pique our curiosity, does that mean that they're all very odd? Not so sure. I think actually it's more likely that it's simply that we're being inquisitive, that something has piqued our interest, some flash of light, some random occurrence, some sound, some visual stimulation has gotten our attention. And then our mind, our intellect, our knowing, our calling, our sense, our feeling takes us in the direction of trying to figure out what this thing is. And so that becomes this idea of desiring knowledge and understanding. Is we do go, our curiosity is, when we follow our curiosity, it is this notion that we are going in the direction of trying to figure it out, trying to define this thing, trying to frame it in some way, to bookend it, if you will, to give us some point of reference, to attach some meaning. Our curiosity invites us to explore. That's the piece that is core to my being. That's the piece that I want to encourage all of you listening to take on as a new tenet of how you are being in the world. Explore. Go out and be adventurous. Allow yourself to ask questions. That's the part that curiosity plays in my life. Allow yourself to ask questions. And in the Access Consciousness world, we call it staying in the question. What else is possible? What do I see here that I can't define? What do I experience here that I haven't known before? Where might this path lead me? How might I move next? What step might I take? What song might I sing? That's all curiosity in my mind. So when we adopt this new behavior, when we stop adulting and adopt the behavior, adopt the curiosity of a child at play, we are honoring our natural explorer tendencies, our natural inclination to go where we haven't gone before, to seek what we don't know, and to look for new understandings and awareness. That's curiosity. That's curiosity. And I don't know about you, but as I have this conversation, essentially with myself, although I'm speaking to everyone here who's listening at whatever time and space it turns out that you listen, but I'm sitting in my room and I'm talking to myself and I'm smiling because I know that when I have this conversation, when I encourage myself by saying it out loud, I am in the space of knowing that anything is possible. We have the power to create. We do. We have the power to create. We create in our mind's eye, and then we create in our reality. And our curiosity provides the fuel for that creative process. Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And so as I explore these words that are aligned with the idea of curiosity, the other thing that came to mind this week for me, as I was reflecting on the months past, the year past, reflecting on the possibility of the new year, reflecting on what has been and what might be, reflecting on simply the moment that I'm in and experiencing right here and right now. The other word that comes to mind for me is wonder. I wonder what would happen if I mix A and B. I wonder what comes next when I step in a particular direction. I wonder is such an expansive expression. And my curiosity led me, of course, back to Google and dictionary.com, some variation on the theme, to look up the word wonder. And actually, you may, like me, still have an old Webster's dictionary. I do. I have two, actually. One that's quite old, I think published in the 50s, and one that is 3 inches thick in a blue paper wrapper. And I actually get it out every once in a while just because it's fun to flip through the pages and see what I might find. And it's fun to remember that there was a time that we didn't have Google. And the only way that we could learn new definitions of words was to go to a dictionary and flip through the pages. Now we have lots of other resources to draw from. But I don't know about you, but I actually like touching the pages of a book. There's something visceral about it, something different than when I scroll through my Kindle app. I do that periodically. I have finally gotten adapted to doing that, but it took me a long time, and I still have a bookshelf full of real hardcover and softcover books. And my preference always is to hold a book in my hand. But in today's world, I will admit that there are times when the convenience of being able to read something on my Kindle app, on a tablet, or on my computer, or on my phone even, that serves me in some way. So anyway, circling back to my dictionary, I looked up the word wonder. And I saw this. Wonder is a feeling of surprise mingled with admiration, caused by something beautiful, unexpected, unfamiliar, or inexplicable. I loved that when I saw it. That just really lit me up. Caused by something beautiful, unexpected, unfamiliar, or inexplicable. You see, what I know is the notion of following my curiosity. What fuels me about wanting to do that is to experience wonder and joy. The experience of wonder is the surprise mingled with admiration. It's a sense of awe. It's a sense of fascination. But mostly it's a sense of surprise. And what fun is that? The verb wonder is defined as a desire to be curious, to know something. And it also can be interpreted as an expression of feeling doubt. As in, I wonder about this thing. which is that interesting nuance on curiosity. It's possible that wonder doesn't always take us to expansion. It's possible that wonder takes us sometimes to a feeling of doubt. But for purposes of this conversation today, I'm going to stay in the expansive place. I am going to stay in the expansive place because that, for me, is the joy of following your curiosity. That's the joy of inviting wonder into your life, experiencing surprise, experiencing fascination, experiencing awe. And then earlier this week, when I was reading some work by Mark Allen, founder of New World Publishing, Shakti Gwain's partner, I stumbled on 4 words that he has used as an affirmation for quite some time. Dream, imagine, believe, and create. Dream, imagine, believe, and create. And so I stopped for a moment and I wonder about the difference between imagination and curiosity, or the difference between imagination and dreams. And so here I went back to Google, back to Webster Online or dictionary.com, and I discovered that imagination is the faculty or action of forming new ideas or images or concepts of external objects not yet present to the senses. Synonyms, that's a word that's a mouthful. Synonyms include creative power, interest, fascination, attention, passion. Oh, and look at this. A synonym for imagination might also be curiosity. So no surprise that those words hover in the same sphere. Imagination is curiosity as a synonym. And when we dream, we use our imagination, don't we? We expand possibilities. We follow our curiosity and we step into the possibility of new experiences, new fascinations, new surprises. And that's my message for today, to remind you, to invite you, in fact, to implore you to follow your curiosity. In fact, to let your curiosity lead you and then follow your heart. Some of you may have heard me say that before. Let your curiosity lead and follow your heart. Let your curiosity take you to the place where dreams and imagination are in charge. Let your curiosity lead you to a place where wonder, that amazing feeling of surprise, is the order of the day, and allow wonder to bring you joy without worry, without doubt, without fear. Let your curiosity lead and follow your heart. And with that, my friends, I am going to close for today and allow this podcast episode to simply be a nugget, an inspiration, I hope, for you to remember to embrace the possibilities that come from letting go of the rules, stepping into new experiences, testing and trying, and above all else, playing in new ways so that wonder and joy can be the experiences that are predominant in your life. That's my hope for all of you, especially as we close out the year and begin a new one. As always, it's my hope that you will reach out, let us know here at Create, Play, Live how this is serving you. Make suggestions, encourage people to go to the website and register to be a guest on the show. These conversations are something that light me up, lift me up, and I hope that they do the same for you. That's my intention over and over again. That's what I'm affirming when I show up to deliver this content to you, however it is, whatever it is that shows up in the moment. I appreciate you being here, and I send you off to go play, my friends, with childlike wonder and joy. Until next time, please, please, please stay curious. You are listening to the Create, Play, Live show, where women come together to share how curiosity and creativity lead them to extraordinary lives. I'm your host, Nanette Saylor, and I'm honored to share the mic with some truly amazing women who have asked and answered the question, what if we stop adulting and live every day with the curiosity of a child at play? In these enlightening conversations, we'll invite you to let go of outdated standards, make your own rules, and give yourself permission to play more than ever before. You have the power to create your life. Spend some time with us, and you'll learn to see life through new eyes and challenge yourself to new possibilities. We may not solve the world's problems, but we will get you to think differently about your own. Come play with us. Listen and subscribe at createplaylive.com.